All right, y'all, I have removed the dough from my place of choice where I was letting it rise. As you can see, it's almost at the top of the rim. Look at that. Look how close we are. So at this point, what we're going to do is add in 1 cup of flour. Look at this. Oh, I love how that looks. I love how it feels. I'm just spreading the cup of flour on top because right now the dough is still sticky. But no worries, we're gonna fix that. So I'm gonna need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And now I'm just spreading that 1 teaspoon across. And then I'm gonna need 2 teaspoons of salt. And the salt is just to help bring out the flavors. It won't taste salty at all. I'm just mixing that, well, spreading it. That's 1. And here's the second one. All right, so at this point, what I'm going to do is take my wooden spoon and I'm just gonna deflate it. Try to get the rest of this flour incorporated. We may need a little bit more flour, but we just look at it as we go. Just trying to incorporate it as much as possible because we're going to end up kneading this dough for about 10 minutes. So let me go ahead and just mix that up. Okay, so the dough is still sticky. You can see it's sticking to the bowl. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of flour and we're gonna put it down on our clean surface. I did sanitize and wash my surface, and it's just so that the dough won't stick completely. And then I'm gonna take my dough and I'm gonna try to get it out the bowl without making a huge mess. So let me work on getting it out the bowl. This, to me, the dough is the hardest part, literally, but it's a fun part in my opinion. And if you get your dough right, guess what? It's gonna be an amazing recipe. So I'm just adding as much of it out of the bowl as possible. Can't get all of it, of course, but I'm getting as much as possible because we have to knead, guys. This is how you get the dough to form. All right, guys, so you can see that I have my dough almost formed. It's not as sticky as it was. It's still sticky a little bit. So I'm just adding some more flour just until it doesn't become sticky anymore. I'm just kneading it. Just fold and tuck. Fold and tuck. All right, so the dough is all done. If you stick your finger and it pops back, your dough's done. So right now what I'm going to do is try to form it into like a squarish rectangle. I am gonna add a little bit of what do you call that, flour to my hands. I'm just forming it because if you get the shape you kind of already want, then it won't be so bad when it comes time to actually rolling your dough out. So that's why I'm just spreading it out. All right, that's pretty much good. So I'm taking a rolling pin and I'm just gonna try to keep it like a square. I'm sorry, my hands are gonna be in the way. It's a bad angle, guys. Forgive me. Don't hold it against me. And I want to try to make it as even as possible. Okay, So you can see how I have it rolled. It's pretty much a cake. But yeah, I have it rolled out. So now I'm going to start spreading the filling. Yours should look just like this. All right, so with the filling, I like to put it in different sides instead of just putting it all in one area. I like to just put it in a lot of different areas because it makes it easier to spread, ensuring that each piece gets some of the cinnamon sugar mixing. It will be enough, don't worry. Just scraping it out the bowl. I hate that sound when you scrape stuff out the bowl. It bothers my ears, but I gotta get it all out, guys, so sorry. All right, so forgotten what I could. So now I'm just going to work on spreading it. Okay, so we have our mixture all spread out. I'm going to start rolling. Now this is a little bit difficult because you want to make sure that when you're rolling it, everything is even. So you want to take your time. It'll be in frame in a minute because I've already started rolling, but like I said, it'll be in frame in just a moment. All right, so now you can see that it's coming in frame, and I'm just tucking and rolling. Okay, so we have our cinnamon roll folded. What I'm going to do, which is the easiest thing, I do not use a knife. I just use some floss, unflavored floss. And what we're gonna do is just take the floss and stick it underneath the roll and just gonna cut it. It gives a perfect cut. Let me show you. So it looks just like that, perfect. So I'm gonna work on cutting my rolls and I will show you once I'm done. All right, so we have our cinnamon rolls cut. What we're gonna do now is we're going to cover them and let them proof for another 30 minutes. All that is it's gonna expand a little bit more. And then we're gonna pop them in the oven at 350 for about 35 minutes. Okay guys, so I have taken my cinnamon rolls out of the oven. They have formed beautifully. You want to wait about 10 minutes before you ice your cinnamon rolls. So once you ice it, I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Okay guys, we are all done. Here is the homemade cinnamon rolls with our homemade icing. Bon appetit. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.